Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to go over a strategy here for solving questions that involve multiplying fractions. We're going to look at area models, and we're also going to look at the algorithm so that it all makes sense. And I want you to see the similarities. So the first thing we have to do is, in common English, can we understand what's going on? This word or this problem is 1/2 times 2/4. So what does it really mean? And if you were paying attention in class, multiplication, we can substitute in another word, and that word is of. So I'm going to say it again here. If I were to substitute in the word of, it would be 1/2 of 2/4. Okay, 1/2 of 2/4. I want you to think about that. Is this number going to be less than 2/4 or larger if I am taking a half of 2/4? Think about it. Now, here's the area model. Since we're taking 1/2 of 2/4, I'm going to use an area model. I'm going to the area of a square rectangle, doesn't matter here. And I am going to divide this first into fourths. Okay, going this way, I've divided it into fourths. And what is it telling us to do? I have to shade in here 2/4 of it. So 2/4 shaded, we'll say that this is 2/4. Okay, and these are not shaded, obviously, because if I were to shade, it would be more than 2/4. But I'm taking a half of 2/4. So going this way, okay, where I'm going vertically now, I'm going to shade in 1/2. I've divided this box into halves. So if I were, and I'm going to go this way, shading it into halves, this is what I would get. Now, where's their overlap? There's overlap right here, two different parts. But let's maybe start where the hole is. What is the hole? How many pieces are in the hole here? Well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 pieces. And the parts that overlap are 2. Okay, great. How can I simplify this? Because we always want to simplify. So we divide by a number that goes into each, the denominator and the numerator equally. We're going to divide by 2 in this case, and we're left with 1/4, which is essentially what this model shows. I want you to think about this for a second. Our first answer we got here before we simplified was 2/8. I want you to think about multiplication and what is happening here. Well, if you noticed that if you multiply across the numerator and across the denominator, you're going to get the numerator and the denominator. 1 times 2 equals 2. 2 times 4 equals 8. But of course, we're in the game of simplifying both whenever we possibly can with fractions, which would give us 1/4. So this is working out fairly well for us, which is good. Go back to this. Okay, so that's using the algorithm, and that's using the area model, but I just want to prove it to you on a number line quick. Okay, so we'll say this is a half. Or in what we were doing, this was 2/4, which is really a half. And then we had 1/4. And then we have 3/4. And then we have 4/4, which equals 1. Okay, 0 here. Okay, so just to clarify, up here, we were trying to find 1/2 of 2/4. So here is 2/4. Okay, if that's 2/4, ignore that. Okay, if that's 2/4, this is what 2/4 is. Well, what am I doing? I am taking a half of that, and I'm ending up right here. Well, what is a half of 2/4? It has it right there, 1/4. And that is your answer.